IBM Executive Editor Michael Johnson. I'm joined today by three special guests, Pavan Khosla, Nicholas Austin, and Jahanara Nares. For years, we've heard politicians talk about STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, and the importance that it is for young kids to have these options. And in New York City, they've been on the forefront of trying to promote a lot of these programs. And what we wanted to do is bring in three people who are in summer programs right now studying these topics to talk a little bit about how they're impacted by it and get the perspective of the people who are actually being impacted by the policies of the politicians and of the educators. So thank you guys for being here. And I just wanted to start with having each of you tell us a little bit about the programs you're in right now. Pavan, you're at the Brooklyn Science Innovation Initiative at Kingsborough Community College. How's it going?
It's going very well. I think I've been there for about 3 weeks now, and it's just great. You know, the teachers are very enthusiastic with their job. The campus is beautiful, and that's just a plus. And it's just a great experience.
And you're still in high school. What are you studying at this program right now? What are you focusing on?
It's earth science-based curriculum. There's 4 modules. There's a geology module, a geology lab module, a physics module, and then a virtual enterprise module.
Interesting. What's virtual enterprise?
Virtual enterprise is actually when we actually look at jobs of the future and try to make our own entrepreneurship job. And we got into groups, and my group had made a thing called ORVAS, and it's an acronym that stands for Oyster Revitalization of Urban Areas Services. And what we're planning to do is getting investors to help us buy oysters, and we would probably dump, as you would say, about 1 million of them into a bay, and they actually purify the water very well. And after a year, they're very prolific, so they'll reproduce a lot, and we can sell the excess, and while they just clean the ocean, and it's a win-win for everyone.
Oh, great, fascinating. Nick, you're a mentor at the Pace University STEM Collaboratory Summer Program. You were a member of that program for 2 years. Tell us a little bit about that program, what you guys do there.
Well, it's pretty much the same as Pavan here. We're basically getting at oysters now, how they purify the water.
Interesting.
And going back to Sandy, if there was more oysters in the water, it would have been less damage towards certain people in the area. But yeah, we're getting at oysters this year and trying to bring awareness to how, because there's not much more oysters in the water anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Trying to build more.
Have you, the previous 2 years when you were a member there, were you also focusing on that type of topics, or was there different topics
No,
each
actually,
year?
the first year we did a lot about health, actually. I did an apple neurology. Yes, it was basically a series of questions, you answer questions about your health, and based on your answers, it came up with what should I say? Like a symptom you might have of a disease, yes, and stuff like that. The second year, it was based on cybersecurity, and basically checking out the web. They was telling us more about how is it important, how stuff you post on the web and how it can impact your life in the future, et cetera, and stuff like that.
Interesting. And we'll come back to that because I know you're going to college in the fall for cybersecurity, so we'll come back to that. You're at Girls Who Code, which we've actually heard a lot about in the political world, very, very well known. Why did you choose this program for the summer?
I've done computer science programs in the past, one at the Oxbridge programs at Cambridge University in England, which was a computer science program. And it was a lot about the history and also the overall concepts of computer science, whereas this program is a lot more, it's not only technical about actual coding programming, which I wanted to throw myself into more, but it also teaches you a lot about just kind of the job world, getting out there, networking, connecting, being able to just meet people. And so it was also for that reason, and also that it was really exciting for me to meet other girls who were into that, because I've taken computer science programs where I'd be the only girl or 1 and 2 out of like 20 or whatever, and so it was just like really exciting.
Interesting. And actually, you bring up a point that obviously a lot of politicians talk about the fact that women are not as interested in STEM subjects or are not given the opportunity to go on that career track, and they're pushed away from that career track early on in their lives. Do you feel that that's actually true? And you mentioned that you're only in these programs with 1 or 2 women.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something you still see?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Still, like today, when somebody thinks of the stereotypical programmer, it's a young boy who's been studying like on his own computer science since he was 12 years old, and like that can be terrifying to anyone, even to some boys who haven't started yet. And just getting yourself into it, and you have to be motivated. And so for a lot of people, especially women who are already looked down upon, not only in computer science but in tons of industries, it's just like a great way for them to be able to get into it, because people do look down on them. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nick, Pavan, do you guys feel like this is changing? Because I mean, obviously, like how do you see women kind of being more involved in STEM type programs, and do you feel like they're being allowed, I guess, to be more in it, or being encouraged more to be in it? And that, I mean, I am assuming that both of you have no problem like sitting down with a female colleague and going through programs and things like that. But do you feel like that there's a changing kind of shift? Because I mean, you guys have been in school for more than a decade now, so you've probably seen this kind of develop as you've gone through your schooling a little bit.
I'm a huge feminist, and I believe I believe women and females. Males and females are completely like equal, and in the workplace completely equal. And STEM is our jobs of the future. And as women progress and get back to where they should be as equal to men, then they should definitely get these jobs.
Do you guys ever see like your teachers? Do you feel like your teachers maybe I mean, obviously in the STEM programs you have in the summer, these people are specifically aware of this kind of issue. They're interested in making it kind of more equal and inclusive. But your teachers that you have maybe in public school, from September to June, do you feel like they maybe are a little bit behind? Do you feel like they're not doing the certain things to push and to encourage women to be involved in this?
Yes, definitely. And actually, the last time I took a STEM class based on coding was back in elementary school.
Wow.
Yes. After that, after I've been to high school, I never took another coding class in my life. So definitely, they're behind, actually.
Interesting. Well, this is fascinating to me to talk to you guys about this stuff. What I really was wondering is kind of how important this is. Like, how important is this opportunities? All these classes you guys are going to are free, and they're a great resource for kids your age. If you guys weren't doing these classes, what would you be doing during the summer? Would you still have to go seek out like these types of classes and actually pay money for them out of your pocket, or is that kind of there's just not any other options? You guys would have to find other things to do in the summer. I guess we'll start with you.
I probably would have not only seeked out other opportunities like other courses, also internships is a lot of things, which are also a lot of the time unpaid, so you're not really learning and you're not getting paid. But I definitely would have been doing something over the summer, even if it wasn't a program, definitely even just trying to teach myself. I do a lot of like online programs like Code Academy and stuff even before I started this program. So.
For me, actually, my 4 years of high school, I played football, actually, so I probably been playing with friends or working out, trying to build the body, stuff like that. But since I'm in the program, I have a lot of things to think about more than football, so I got injured, so definitely helped me out.
If there wasn't this program, I would still be looking for a different program, and I'd probably find one, even though there's not a lot. The competition is very high, but I would probably get out there and find one. But maybe not this kind of program. This program is very nice. It's 4 things in one, and I don't think I would get that much enrichment from like other programs.
You guys all landed in some good situations for the summer. Was it difficult to get into these programs? Was it difficult to seek these programs out? I know, Nick, you're telling me before the interview started that your sister went to PACE, so you heard about it that way. Do you feel like there could be a better job of like letting people know that these programs are out there?
Definitely. I think there should be more commercials on TV, like extracting it out to make people know that this is the future, actually. So.
Definitely. You guys feel the same way?
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, I'd have to say like Girls Who Code's pretty well publicized, but even I have friends who had never heard of it. And I actually started the before attending the summer program, had started the Girls Who Code Club at my school with a teacher. And even then, like, people had no idea what it was. Some of my friends were like, what is coding? You know, boys and girls, didn't even matter. And it's just amazing how, like, the amount of computer science jobs is growing so exponentially, and some people don't even know what it is, don't even know what it means, you know?
So are you going to keep coding? Is that what your goals going forward?
Yeah, that's my plan. For a long time, I actually wanted to go into medicine, so I did different programs in biology. And also internships at a pediatrics office and a sports medicine office. And I have to say, like, I just got more into coding because I started taking a robotics class in 9th grade, and so that's kind of how I got into it. But there's so many things, like combining medicine and technology, especially computer science, because, well, one, like, the body is just such a huge thing that, like, we still is such an developed subject. Like, we still don't know so much about it, and still don't understand so many ways in which it works. And so I feel like if you can just, like, develop that through computer science, it would be like an amazing mix.
Interesting. I know you mentioned you're going to Monroe College to study cybersecurity. That's your path you think you're going to take?
Definitely. If that doesn't work out, I'll probably just study regular IT, you know. Being that my sister, and both of my sisters actually, my sister got her master's in IT from Pace. You know, she's working at Google now. My other sister, she's in the hospitality management field. So together, I want to build an empire as a family. You know,
Nice.
I'm trying to collab, you know, Collaboratory, build an empire. So I want to be a part where I can build the software. You know, everything is just technology-wise. You want to order drinks, press a button. You know, everything's technology.
That sounds great to me. You said, you know, Pace, you studied cybersecurity in the summer program, you know, last year, I guess it was. Is that what turned you on to wanting to do this?
Yes, it was very interesting, actually, you know. I'm a social media junkie, actually.
Yeah.
So before I went to Pace, you know, I just post anything how I feel. But, you know, they told me, they let me know how important it is in the future. I can impact your life on jobs and stuff. So, you know, stick under control.
Interesting. And Pavan, you want to be a doctor, I hear.
Yeah, I want to be a cardiologist, actually. The future's looking bright for me right now. There's a lot of options. I don't know where I'm going to go to college yet. Probably maybe Stony Brook, Baruch, Lafayette, or Brandeis, to name a few.
Interesting. So why did you choose this STEM program that you're in right now and Kingsborough, as opposed to maybe something that's focused on medicine?
I actually took 2 workshops in genetics this summer. But other than that, this program, when I heard about it from my friend's sister who goes to a CUNY college, and she found out from her friend, and this is just really bad publicized, saying Kingsborough is just a great college. As soon as I read about it, as soon as I looked at the campus, I just thought it was beautiful. And then when I went there, the teachers were just so enthusiastic with their job. They're just very good at their job. And I knew that I wanted to do this program, so I signed up. And after like 2 weeks, they told me that, yeah, it was very competitive, but you got in. I was like, yes, thank you so much.
That's great. Well, guys, good luck with everything. Jahanara, Nicholas, Pavan, thank you so much for joining us.
All right,
It's been a pleasure, yes.